Substitute Sabrina, how are you today?
I'm doing good. And you?
I am fantastic, as always, Substitute Sabrina. Even more fantastic now. I'm talking to you. It's been a few months, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I don't remember when was the last time, but it's
I
always a pleasure to speak to you.
always for me too to speak to you. I remember actually quite clearly because it was just after the new baby R&R was born, and that was the moment where I kind of thought, this is crisis in my life. That was where I kind of thought, my God, I don't know if I'm going to survive, but I'm still here 3 months later.
Exactly.
So
You've made it.
yeah, so let's hope for another 3 months. Small steps, small steps.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Absolutely, yes. So it's been a while, but how do we usually start the podcast?
You start with the wonderful and spectacular reviews.
Yes. Do you think we have a review?
Of course.
See, you're always so positive, which I like, but unfortunately, no. You mentioned the wonderful and spectacular reviews, which we don't have. Okay, so this is a plea now to the listeners. Okay, enough's enough. We need some reviews to read on this show.
We need reviews, guys. Come on.
Exactly. So pull your finger out, go onto iTunes or Facebook and leave a review. So in today's pod, recently I did something actually for me quite scary. It was my brother's 40th birthday and I had to buy him something, and I ended up buying him something which was, one of those experience days where you go and do something.
Oh, that's nice. Of course. Those are fun.
Well, it depends what you do though, doesn't it? Because as it was a present, obviously I had to do it with him, but it was something I knew he would like, but I wouldn't like. And it was actually to climb a football stadium. So we were on top of the stadium, and there's one bit where you're looking down on the edge and there's not really much to stop you falling. And I was absolutely shitting my pants. To be honest, when I bought him the present, it was like one of those things, you have 1 year to do it.
Right. There's expiration date.
Yeah. And I was hoping that he would just forget and we wouldn't need to do it. But he didn't. And then we actually did it.
And you actually pay to climb up the stairs of a stadium?
Yes, this is the thing which I don't understand, that I ended up paying quite a lot of money to do something which I didn't want to do. And when I was up the top and looking down, thinking, I'm going to have a heart attack now because I was so scared. But the whole experience made me think, how brave I am. Okay. And I think the answer is not very, but I thought we could do a test. Okay. We could do a test today and see how brave we are. Okay.
But before we start the test, did you feel like Rocky when you were running up the stairs?
Absolutely not. Okay. I was crying the whole way up.
Okay.
It was nothing like
You're
Rocky.
brave. Yeah, you are.
I was crying the whole way up, holding the sides, saying, please, I don't want to do this.
Just imagine. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Whilst my brother was like, oh, brilliant. So one of the first things actually, so when you go to like a theme park, do you go on the rides? Like, the big scary ones, is that for you?
Actually, no, because I have a very brief story. No, I don't like roller coasters. I don't like those crazy rides. I was one time in Disney World, and there's Space Mountain, and we went on it. I was with Alberto, my cousins came, and I literally told him, I started screaming. I'm like, I'm gonna pee. I'm peeing my pants because I was not shitting, but I was peeing because I was extremely frightened. Yes.
Right. Not that you just really needed to go, because I was thinking, did you go to the toilet before? Like the first thing?
No. But the pee didn't come out like, just a little.
Oh, it
pee.
did come out. You actually.
A little tiny bit, because I was scared to death.
Do they have things at Disneyland for like where you can change underwear for people that shit or piss themselves?
Not for the adults.
Emergency underwear.
No, for the babies. But they do put all the warnings there. If you suffer from heart problems, if you this, if you that, don't get on the ride.
Yeah. No, so that was the same as me. Again, when I was a child, my brother loved all of these things, and we would go on like a family day out to a place like this. And at the end of the day, I would just feel very inadequate because I would spend most of the day holding my brother's jacket whilst he was going on, and you just feel very inadequate because
have you seen the pictures after? In some places, they take the pictures while you're on the ride, and the faces are just crazy.
They also took some pictures at this thing that we went to, and you could see I was very much shitting myself. But now I thought, right, because they make you pay like, I don't know, £15 or €20 or whatever for this picture. So I thought, when afterwards they had the picture, I'll take a picture of the picture. How about that?
But I'm sure they didn't let you take a picture of the picture.
But I'm a bad boy. Substitute Sabrina, you know that it's illegal, but like fuck the police kind of thing. Like,
exactly, fuck the pigs.
Yeah, exactly. The police are still looking for me because I took a picture of the picture, but I did it. So yeah, fuck them. So okay, next one. Okay, how close would you get to a spider? You've got a spider in your house. What do you do?
Actually, I don't like spiders, but I can handle it. I'll kill it. I'll kill it. Mr. Substitute says don't kill it because they eat the mosquitoes and everything else. I'm like, I don't want a spider in my house. I kill it.
You kill it, right? Okay. One thing though, this actually reminded me of something. When I was in Rome and we went for a picnic one day, not just me and Substitute Sabrina, but there were other people there.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
And I remember there were some ants climbing around, and you absolutely shit yourself.
Yes, I am. What's the right word? Insect phobia? Is there like a? I don't like insects.
Right. Okay, but spiders are okay then. You don't like ants, but you like spiders.
I don't like them, but I'll kill it. I'm not afraid. But if I see a roach, forget about it. I'll be flying away from it as it comes towards me. A roach?
You mean a cockroach? Yeah.
Cockroach, yeah. Roach,
so you just call it roach because like you're really friendly with them. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we're pals. No, roaches are not my cup of tea. Especially when I was living in Florida, they're called palmetto bugs because they're huge. And no, those
no. God, those things, yeah.
And they fly.
Yeah, I remember once I came in, this is when I was living in Sicily, I got into my bed and I could just hear this rustling. So rustling's a lovely word, just like something under my bed, because there were some plastic bags under my bed, and then I could just hear the rustling.
Oh no.
And I thought, no, it's nothing. Go back to sleep. There was rustle again. So I moved the bed and I just saw it run up the wall, and I thought, oh fuck.
We're talking about a roach.
Yeah, a huge one. And I actually thought, this was about 3:00 in the morning. I thought, I don't have much stuff here. This was, before Mrs. RnR. I only really had like a suitcase of things. I actually thought, I think I'll just put all of my stuff in a suitcase and leave this apartment forever at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, that's it. I'm never coming back. But I actually went for the glass technique because I was too scared to kill it. I thought if something comes on me, so I went for the glass technique and then threw it out of the window. But then I thought, but what if it comes back? So very, very soon after I left that apartment, I left it.
But yeah, I mean, hot climates, or not even, because New York is infested with roaches too. So, no offense to New York, but roaches are everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Not so nice. And this, I suppose, is kind of connected. So would you eat something strange, unusual, such as snails, for example? Would you eat a snail?
Actually, yes.
Yeah?
I've had them, yeah.
So in some places, they actually eat cockroaches, don't they?
No, I can't do it. I just can't. No. Snails, I've had them. I mean, if you remember living in Palermo, there's babalucci, which are the tiny ones.
Yeah.
Or the escargot, which are the big ones. But yeah, I've had them.
So the ones you mentioned in Palermo, when it's like patron saint of the city.
Exactly.
Everyone eats them, and I didn't want to be the boring one saying, I don't really like that, and they're saying, go on, have some, they're really nice. But luckily they were really small, so I just kind of like put them in my mouth and swallowed them like a tablet, like a pill. I
hope you didn't put like the whole thing with the shell. You're supposed to suck it out.
But the whole experience is a bit of a blur, to be honest, because I was so scared when they put that thing like in my hand.
Okay.
But I remember just thinking, don't chew, just let it go down your throat straight. And then they said, like, is it nice? Oh yeah, lovely. Absolutely love
a nice cold beer after.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you very much. So what about afraid of the dark? Substitute Sabrina, are you afraid of the dark?
In a general sense, no. But if I'm alone, for example, when Mr. Substitute goes on tour for something for acting, and I'm alone, I keep the light on at the entrance of the house, like the hallway.
Just in case there's an emergency and you need to find the exit, where the exit is.
Just in case somebody comes in, I can see them.
But if you're in the bedroom, how can you see the entrance? Or do you think they're going to knock and say, hello, I just want to steal you and maybe kill you, and they knock politely?
Because at least I know the light is on, and I don't know, it's just a comfort area to have a light on.
Yeah, sure. If you're going to get murdered by a stranger in the middle of the night, have the light on.
I want to see it.
Yeah. I absolutely hated sleeping with lights on, but now obviously with young children, I've spent so long now sleeping in rooms with like this annoying baby music and lights. I actually now, even if I'm alone, I sometimes put on baby music and switch a little light on.
Lullaby.
Yeah. Otherwise, honestly, I actually can't sleep. It's an absolute nightmare.
Things you do when you have a family, you change.
Absolutely. So this one's quite scary, I suppose. But okay, what would you do? You're in the middle of the night, you hear someone shouting, "Help! Help!" What would you do? You don't know where that's coming. It may be coming outside. You just hear the shout. What do you do? Do you think I'll go back to sleep, or do you you've got the light on anyway, so you know where to go? Do you go downstairs? What do you do?
Remember, I have the light on if I'm alone. But anyway, if I hear somebody shouting help, obviously I'll try to find out where it's coming from. Yeah. Because if I was in that person's position, I would want somebody to help me. So yeah.
See, the reason I'm asking this is because, again, when I was in Palermo, I hadn't really been there that long, and the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard this shouting, and then I heard someone shouting like "aiuto, aiuto," which in Italian is help. And I remember just thinking, first of all, my first thought was, oh my God, I actually understood what she said there. Like that was my. And then once I got to that, once I was happy that I had understood the Italian, I then
by that time she was killed and murdered.
Well,
okay.
I don't know. Then I actually thought, oh shit, she's actually asking for help. And then I thought, I don't even know where that's coming from. What building? And I thought, like, if I call an ambulance now, they'll say, okay, yeah, what's the problem? And I'll say, someone's shouting help. Where? Somewhere in Palermo. Like, I didn't know what to do.
You would say in your neighborhood,
in my neighborhood. So there was probably about 2,000 people that lived within 100 meters of
that's
me.
True. The city center, yes. But what I mean, at least you would react. If somebody's saying help, that means they need help.
Yeah, I kind of just went back to sleep.
Oh my God.
But I'd saying that, I panicked, didn't really know what to do. And then I heard some other people. There was lots of commotion. So commotion, lots of other noise. And I thought, right, someone's dealing with this. This happened to me. This happened to me a couple of times. Once I was waiting for a bus, just, as you do. And then an old man next to me just collapsed. I think had a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
And I called an ambulance that time. But this was in the daytime and there were lots of people there. And then my bus came and I kind of thought, well, do I need to stay around here? Like the ambulance is coming.
Left?
Yeah, I didn't leave him alone on the floor. There were lots
Say, bye, gotta go.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about this. But yeah, there were lots of people there. The ambulance was coming. And I thought, what am I going to do? I was like 16 years old as well. There was also a doctor there. I'm pretty sure the doctor's going to be more useful than some idiot 16-year-old.
You did your civil duty.
Yeah.
And you called an ambulance and that was fine.
Absolutely. Okay. And another time in Rome, I called an ambulance. I was walking home and then, it's always scary walking home at night alone, isn't it? Right. Sometimes. And then I could just see in the distance. I thought, what's that? Is that like some rubbish on the floor? And then I realized,
I remember that story.
Yeah. And then it was a man lying on the floor and he had like blood on him. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Via La Spezia or something like that.
Yeah. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do? And I didn't even know the number to call an ambulance. I think I called you. I can't remember, and said, what's the number for an ambulance? And then called. And again, I was so pleased that I managed to speak in Italian to the ambulance. And I was like,
what'd you say? There's a man here laying down with blood over him?
But then I knew where I was, though. And then again, the ambulance came. And then I said, right, see you later. There's no, what am I going to do now? Yeah, exactly. So I am a good citizen in the end.
Good,
okay.
Good.
It's not that bad. Okay. So let's have a look for the next one. Okay. So do you always stand up for like your people that are close to you? So stand up for them, defend them.
Of course. Why wouldn't I? Why, you wouldn't? Well, okay, wait. Let me backtrack. Of course I would. Obviously, if they didn't do something illegal or kill somebody. Yes.
Like take a photo of a photo.
Exactly. Take a photo of a photo. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think it depends because, again, the thing that comes to my mind is I was in a foreign country with some of my friends, actually Boom Boom from the podcast, and an argument kind of started about a chair in this pub that we're in, whose chair this was.
Right.
And Boom Boom was very, this is my chair, I'm not moving. And there was a very angry man. And I just said to Boom Boom, look, he's a lot bigger than us. So if this kicks off, if he gets angry, I'm not going to stand up for you.
You're going to run out of that pub.
I was like, you are on your own, my friend. Okay. So I would say
it's not really being a friend.
Okay. Yeah. But it's being a sensible friend, okay? So sensible, mature, because I thought we could end up in hospital over a chair in a pub.
Right.
Or we can just give this man his chair, even if it's not his. What one do you prefer?
So you left your friend hanging?
Yes. Okay. I left him there. But luckily, I can't remember. I think he did see sense and think, is a chair worth going to hospital for? And so in the end, but yeah, the moral, don't stand up for your friends. Tell them the truth and say, look, this is not a good idea. We might die. Okay.
Give them some good advice. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. What about this one? Some crazy things like skydiving, bungee jumping. Would you try any of that?
There was a time that I had on my bucket list that I wanted to do skydiving. As I matured in life, I've changed. So no, I wouldn't do skydiving nor bungee jumping.
Yeah, I just think God didn't make us to jump out of planes, and God made us like to walk on the ground. So why on earth would people do that?
It looks cool. It looks cool. I mean, yeah, but no.
So what if, I don't know, someone put a gun to my head and said, look, you have to do this. So then I would do it. The only enjoyable part when you said it looks cool would be the end, where I would then say to myself, oh, thank God I didn't die. And that's what happens with things like this. Again, when I did that experience day with my brother, I got to the bottom and it was like, oh, thank God I didn't die. And that's it. That's the only enjoyable part. That's the only enjoyable moment of the whole
survived.
Thing. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I think we've come to the end of our test. So I would say, I think you are slightly braver than me, but so you win the competition. But at the same time, don't be too pleased because most people are braver than me.
Oh, okay. But I won. Okay.
But you won. Exactly. So cool. Well done. So Anyway, thanks a lot as always for your time, Substitute Sabrina.
My pleasure.
Take care. Be careful of people coming in to murder you in the middle of the night. Okay.
I'll make sure not to let them in, or take a picture.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.